Здравствуйте, меня зовут Дмитрий Чацкис, я буду преподавать этот второй курс русского языка в течение года. And I started with speaking Russian, just to get you acquainted with the sound of it. And basically I will be babbling an awful lot in Russian and then translate myself. My name is Dmitry Chatskis, and let me once again say hello and introduce myself to you in Russian. Здравствуйте. Здравствуйте. Let's say it once again. You know all of those words. This is basically a review, but getting you back into speaking Russian and being comfortable with it, writing it, reading it, etc. That's going to take a little bit of time, so bear with me. Hope this is not too boring. Здравствуйте. Здравствуйте. And once again, здравствуйте. That's what I would say to all of you. And then I said, меня зовут Дмитрий Чацкис. Меня зовут Дмитрий Чацкис. Меня зовут, my name is, and then your first last name, whichever way you feel like introducing yourselves. If I were being informal, or if I were addressing each one of you individually, I would not say здравствуйте. That T at the end makes it formal. I would simply say здравствуй. Здравствуй. Once again, здравствуй. And if I really felt like simply saying hi, I would say привет. 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 That's what you would probably say to one another as you see each other in the beginning of the school year. Kind of like, hi. Привет. So, say it with me, please. Привет. So, привет or здравствуй. If the occasion was really formal and I felt like I needed to say something like, please let me introduce myself, what I would say is exactly that. Разрешите представиться. Разрешите представиться. And then I'd go on to say, my name is Dmitry Chatskis. Меня зовут Dmitry Chatskis. So the next phrase that I would say would be меня зовут Dmitry Chatskis. Большое спасибо. Thank you very much. I think that you may have a little bit of trouble recognizing those words there after a long summer. So we are actually in this course, we'll go back to the very beginning and we are going to start with the alphabet. I know that when you were studying English, you started with learning the alphabet song. There really isn't such thing as an alphabet song in Russian, but just for this course we came up with one. So, this is how it sounds. A, B, V, G, D, E, J, Ž, Z, I, краткое, K, L, M, N, O, P, R, S, T, U, F, H, C, Ч, Ш, Щ, твердый знак, мягкий знак, Ю, Я. Hopefully it'll help you learn the alphabet, but just to make sure that you're comfortable with each letter, with the way it sounds, with the way it's written, we're going to go ahead and try writing those letters. So the first letter of the alphabet is a clean, nice vowel, A, A. This is how it looks, and the way it sounds is ah. Just bear with me when I say something that seems like you should be repeating it. Go ahead and repeat it twice. Ah, ah. The way you would say it to a doctor who tells you, open your mouth, say ah. Good. Next one is B, B, B. It's more intense than the English B. B, B, B. And we also use an E sound instead of E. So B, B. Very good. Очень хорошо. Next one is V. Looks like English B. It's a V. Like English V, but with an E. V. Then G. 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 Kind of looks like an unfinished gallows tree. More a bit. Then D. Start out with basically writing a letter A then go ahead and underline it and put these two cute little feet off the line. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a D, D. Unlike English D, which is pronounced on top of your gums up there, move your tongue towards the teeth, kind of place it between your teeth and push it away. D, 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 D. Da. Very good. Once again, D. Okay, then an easy one. Yeah. 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 That Y in the beginning of yeah will disappear once you put it after another consonant. For example, these two letters together will sound as D. D. If I were to put B and yeah together, I'd get B. Not b'ye, but B. Очень хорошо, let's keep going. Then a yo. Just like yeah with two funky dots at the top. That's a yo. So unlike when you try to get somebody's attention and may say yo, don't put an u there at the end. Just yo, o, yo. That's how it sounds. Yo, like a yo-yo. Okay. Then letter Z. Start writing it from the middle. Then put two upper sticks on it and then hold those two sticks up with two lower sticks. And you get something that looks like a жук, a bug. So, once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Z. Next one is letter Z. Z. Looks like a rounded 3. Z. 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 It's more obnoxious sounding than English Z, kind of like a mosquito going in your ear. Z. It's exercise mosquito, a big one. So, Z. Then go with E. Looks like a N written backwards. So start it at the top, go down, go out and up, and finish it up again. E, E, very friendly sounding letter. You actually have to smile from ear to ear to say it correctly. So E, when you put it next to something, it doesn't change much. Right here you will read this as Z, Z, Z. Okay? Put it next to a B and you get a B, B. Okay? Good. Next thing is I kratkaya. That's the name of the letter. I kratkaya. The way it actually sounds is Y, 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 like a Y at the end of boy. Except for it's not really a vowel. It's not quite a consonant. It sort of sits there added to clean, pure vowels. The way you're gonna see it is, for example, after A. This will be ay, which is what a Russian says when he gets hurt, for example. Ay. Or getting really upset, in Russian you would probably say oy, oy. Put a few of them together and you get ay, ay, ay. Something like, don't do that. Or oy, oy, oy. I can't believe I got myself in this situation. What am I gonna do? So, oy. It's that brief, fleeting y at the end that we're working on. Y. Name of the letters I kratkaya. Then a few easy consonants. Ka. Ka. Unlike English, where you would have to say ka and breathe out, for example, a car. In Russian, you don't do that. The car with a Russian accent would be kar. Okay, so ka. Then L. L looks like an unfinished A. L can sound both hard, la, li, lu. Try saying that, please. La, li, lu. And soft. La, li, lu. Not too hard for an English speaker, so you should be okay with that. Then we've got letter M. 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 A little more intense. Letter N. N. Na. Ni. Etc. O. Unlike English, it's not an O, but O. The way it comes out, that's the way it stays. O. This right here, if you were thinking of it being an English word with an N, you'd say no. In Russian, it would be no, no. Okay, then p, p. Just like with a K, don't breathe out when you say it. Don't make it into park or papa. Make it into park, papa. So, pa. Like bursting a bubble. Then R, R, ra, ri, ru. Okay? It's kind of trilling, rolling, but if you can say it quite right, big deal. A lot of Russians can't either. S, S. Te, te. Once again, te, te. Just like with de, put the tongue on top of your teeth, push it away. Ta, ti, tu, te, to. If you speak Spanish, both de and te will be no problem to you at all. U, u, u. Just like O, but with a smaller hole that you make with your mouth. Try it. O, u, u. Then F, 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 f. Okay, like English. Then ha, ha, h, ha. Kind of rougher sounding than English H. Next thing is a letter C. So, write an English L, close it up. Go out about halfway, same way as here, and drop it down. You get a C, C. Sort of like putting T and S together, but very close together. C, C. So you get a letter C. Sa, si, su. Okay. Next letter is a nice soft cha. Cha. Like a 4, except for have to do it this way. Cha. Next thing is sha. A longer L. Go to the middle. Close it. Sha. Sh, 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 sha. Rougher sounding SH sound. Okay. Next thing is a little troublesome. Write it exactly the way you had sha, but then go out and drop it, and you get a very intense, soft but very intense sounding sh, sh, sha, sha, sh. So sha, shi, shu. Okay. Then a few letters that do not have a sound. Here is a so-called tвердый знак, hard sign, not used much anymore. You will see it every once in a while. Then a ugly sounding but commonly used vowel u, like being hit on the stomach and go so u. You, of course, is вы. We, of course, is мы. So use it a lot. We also use мягкий знак, so-called soft sign, a lot. What it does is softens previous consonant. Okay, and then a couple very nice vowels to finish it off with. U, ya. The way A is written is very straightforward. Backwards C with a line going to the middle. U kind of looks like 1 and 0 connected, or maybe a doorknob. And then ya, you see every time you get near Toys R Us or Kids R Us, so backwards R. That's the whole alphabet. There are a few more things you have to remember about the way things are written versus the way they are pronounced. Very often you will see a letter written, but we'll have to actually devoice it, so to say. Take a look at this. You will have b, but pronounce it as p, depending on where that b sits. Next one, take a look at v. You may say it as f. They're very similar, v and f, only differ by the amount of voice that you put in there. So v can be referred to as voiced and as voiceless. No matter how loudly you'd want to say the letter, you just can't. You can make loud. So take a look at the next one. G, k. Then the next one, d, t. Hard voiced d, and then a softer voiceless t. So take a look at the next one. You've got r versus sh. So voiced sh, sh. These voiced ones are a lot harder to pronounce, aren't they? So Russians tend to make the harsher, tougher sh into sh, depending on where it sits. So, and the last one of that combination, take a look at z and its voiceless counterpart s. Okay, let's look at those in some combinations. We've got b versus p. For example, let's read through the left-hand side, left-hand column. Those are the voiced ones. Ba, v, gu, de, zho, zya. And the voiceless ones, pa, fi, ku, te, sho, sya. Okay, let's compare the two. Go across. Ba, pa, v, fi, gu, ku, de, te, zho, sho, zya, sya. Those are just some of the possible combinations. Let's go ahead and look at those consonants in words. Okay. Take a look at the words chleb and chleb. So, chleb is the actual way you would have this word written. You will have a bread truck going by, chleb of course means bread, and it'll have chleb written on it, but nobody says it that way. People make it easier on themselves. So all of those voiced consonants, the b, etc., v, they will become their voiceless counterparts at the end of words. The word chleb will actually be pronounced as chleb, not spelled, but pronounced. Take a look at the next one. Lev will be pronounced as lev. Then the next one, sneg, will be sneg. Then lod will be lyot. And the next one, noj, will actually be nosh. Can you imagine actually trying to say noj? That's too hard. So Russians make it easier and say nosh. Okay? Then the next one we've got raz versus ras. We see raz, since z is there at the end of the word, we'll pronounce it as ras. Okay, so once again, let's look at the entire chart. We've got chleb, lev, sneg, lyot, nosh, ras. No matter which version you see, you will always pronounce it in that one particular way. So, now that you recognize the way block print letters look, you should be also able to recognize the way the cursive writing looks. And Russians do write in cursive a lot, except for very limited business correspondence and things like that. Everything is going to be handwritten. Actually, as far as you're concerned, all of your homework is going to be handwritten too. So just to review that, I have this wonderful handout for you. The pages that you're going to get are going to look like that. You'll have over 30 of them. What I'm going to ask you to do is follow exactly the way this side of the page is done, the one that actually has text on it. So if it tells you to go ahead and write an 5 times, go ahead and do it, then try writing some of the words. Don't do anything to this side of the page, okay? That's where I'm going to put some of the corrections for you and ask you to do this side later. Just for practice purpose, I'm going to try to do some work with you on the letter A page. I blew it up a little bit so that you could see it when we do it on the overhead. Okay. So, what they're asking you to do here is go ahead and do exactly the same thing that you see right there. Letter A, there it goes. Same thing there. It actually tells you that you can trace it. Go ahead and trace it. Do exactly the same thing as up above here. So continue this line. Then up above you see AL. Go ahead and write them, just like they're asking you to. Having done those, go ahead and go to the words. This right here, as bu ka. I'm using kind of a thick pen, so it's hard for me to stay within the lines, but I would like you to be able to do that. Actually, I would like you to do this with a number 2 pencil. So, one last thing, we get right here, we get the uppercase. Same idea. Just repeat it the same way. They let you trace it here. They let you do some combinations like this, A, L. This will help you remember how to write in Russian after the summer. So that's all we're going to do here, and that's what you're going to need to do for each page. Your homework is going to be to do the first 5 pages, letters A, B, V, G, D. Then after that it'll be Yo, etc. A few quick things that I would like to end this lesson with. Just a few phrases to remind you, such as спасибо, спасибо, thank you. So, спасибо, спасибо. Next one, пожалуйста, пожалуйста. Means you're welcome. Пожалуйста. Очень хорошо. Next thing is goodbye, which is до свидания, до свидания. It's just like goodbye, which sometimes may seem a bit too formal. You may choose to say всего доброго, which is the next phrase that you see. Всего доброго. It's more relaxed, more casual, and also kind of nicer sounding. Similar to English, have a good day. Hope everything is okay. Everything works out. Literally, it says all the best. So, and of course, if you simply want to say bye, you're going to say пока. Пока. Большое спасибо. Thank you very much. And, of course, don't forget Начинаем наш второй урок. Я рад, что вы все еще здесь. И надеюсь, что этот урок у нас пройдет с вами также успешно. Hello again. We're starting our second lesson, and I hope that this will go just as smoothly as the first one went for you. And as you may remember, what we did last time is we went through the alphabet. We learned to write the letters again, and we sang an alphabet song. This time we'll make it a little jazzier, go a little faster. So, there it goes. A, B, V, G, D, E, J, Ž, Z, I, краткое К, L, M, N, O, P, R, S, T, U, F, H, C, Ч, Ш, Щ, твердый знак, Y, мягкий знак, Ю, Я. This is just far too much fun, isn't it? So, seriously speaking, one more thing that I did last time is I introduced myself to you in Russian. Я сказал «Здравствуйте, меня зовут Дмитрий Чацкис». Well, «Здравствуйте» is not the only way to say hello in Russian. We've learned «Привет», «Здравствуй», but also, depending on the time of the day, you could use some other expressions. So, back to that «Здравствуйте» once again, such a tough word. Здравствуйте. Здравствуйте. Or get rid of that T and you get здравствуй. More casual. Kind of like привет. So, also, if you are saying hello in the morning, this is the phrase you're gonna use. You'll have доброе утро. Literally, kind morning. Sounds very British. Kind morning. So, доброе утро. Доброе утро. If you're saying it in the afternoon, anytime after 12 o'clock, you will say добрый день. Добрый день. День. That's a tough one. That's soft. D. So once again, добрый день. If you're saying hello in the evening, excuse me, you would say добрый вечер. Добрый вечер. And once again, if you're being casual, you could always go to the здравствуй, здравствуй, or even the very casual hi, привет, привет. A few more things that you have to learn about reading, actual spelling versus reading a particular word. Just now I mentioned that D with a soft vowel such as ye sounds kind of funky. It's not a D, it's a Z. You definitely get that Z glide in there. So, you have D and then Z. This is what I mean. Take a look at the example of da versus Z. When I say da, my tongue on top of my upper teeth, I just push it away, da, da. Then for Z, I put a Z in there, Z, Z. So, da, Z. Let's look at all of the possible combinations, both hard and the soft vowels. So, on your left-hand side, you see the so-called hard vowel combinations. That's easy stuff. Just go down, da, di, du, de, do. Now, the right-hand side is kind of tough. You get that Z glide in there, and it's really soft, really intense. Z, zya, zya. Try saying it by putting D, Z, and Ya together. So first you get this very zya. Then try to reduce that Z sound to just a glide. Zya, 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 zya is what you should have. Zya. So let's try to go down in that soft vowel right hand corner. Zya, di, du, de, dzo. And now let's compare the two and go across, starting at the top. Da, dzya, di, dzi, du, dzu, de, dje, do, dzo. That's how you should say these. Now, one more thing is the Pretty much the same thing happens to the consonant T. You would have a ta. Take a look at this right there. You would have a ta. And then for when you say te and ya together, you should kind of insert a little bit of an S sound to it. Soften it and put an S sound, and you get a tsya, tsya, tsya. Not a tya, but tsya. So, ta, tsya, ta, tsya. For ta, the tongue on top of your upper teeth. Ta. For tsya, the tongue is kind of closer to the roof of your mouth, very intense. Tsya. So let's take a look at all the possible combinations there and see how it works. The hard vowel column on the left hand side, ta, ti, tu, te, to. And now the soft vowel column on the right hand side, tsya, tsi, tsu, tse, tsyo. Let's go back to the top, to the tsya, soft te plus ya, just like you did with a de. Start out with 3 sounds. Te, es, ya, s, tsya. And try to reduce that s, try to meld it into a te. And you get a tsya, tsya, tya, 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 tya. Totally different from tya, isn't it? Tya, kind of English. Tsya, very clear Russian. So once again, down in the soft column, tsya, ti, tu, te, to. Now let's pit them against each other and go hard, soft. Ta, tsya, ti, ti, tu, tu, te, tse, to, to. So that's how you should say these. A few more things that you have to remember. Some of the consonants, no matter whether you place a soft vowel like ya, I, U, ye, yo after them, or a hard one, a, u, o, you will always get a hard, harsh sound. For example, zh is one of those. This is what I mean. Take a look at that zh, zh, zh. And then take a look at the one on the right hand side. You get a, do you suppose you'll get a zha? That's not French, it's Russian. So if I said that zh is always hard, then both zha and zha will be pronounced the same way. So no matter what you do to a zh, it'll always be a harsh, ugly zh. So zha or zha, same thing. Let's look at all possible combinations here and you will see what I mean. Right there you've got a hard and a soft vowel column for zh and combinations with vowels. No matter what you do, you will always be pronouncing those as what you read in the hard column on the left hand side. So both zh a and zh ya will be zha. Both zh u and zh I will be zh. You see a zh u, do not say it as zu, but zhu. So no matter what, you're gonna read what you see on the left hand side. It'll go as zha, zhi, zhu, zhe, zho. Just imagine a Russian speaking French, something like toujours. That's pretty rough. So that's how you should say these. And zh is not the only consonant that is always hard. The same is true with a sh, 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 sh. You always get a sh, sha, sh sound. Here's what I mean. Here you've got a sh, and what looks like sh ya, but really it's gonna be a sha again. So you see sh ya, remember that sh is always hard, gotta look and sound kind of ugly, so say it as sha. So let's take a look at all possible combinations and do the same thing as we did with a zh. So no matter what, you're gonna see, you will see both what you see on the left hand side and right hand side in spelling, but in the way you'll say it, you will only pronounce things the way you see them on the left-hand side. This hard vowel column, sh is always hard, harsh. So you get sha, sh, shu, she, sho. You will never get a nice sounding sha, shi, shu or anything like that. So a Russian saying an English phrase, she has a pair of shoes, will be something like she has a pair of shoes. So she shoes. That's how harsh it's gonna sound. And one more of those is gonna be a th. Th. T plus S put together. Remember that strange looking one with a tail hanging off the end? So you get a tsa. And tseya will also be pronounced as tsa if you ever see it written that way. So always harsh, always tsa. Let's look at all the combinations and see how that whole thing works. No matter what you will say is on your left-hand side. That hard column is all that tse will ever produce for you. You get a tsa, tsi, tsu, tse, so. If you see what you have on that right hand side, that tse plus e for example, you still don't get a tsi, you get a tsi. So those are always hard. That's how you should say them. Now let's go ahead and take a look at something else. We have exactly the same situation with letter che, except for now this one is always soft. You have a what looks like che a, so should we say it as cha? No, in Russian it's always soft, so it'll always sound as cha. So both this and that are cha, cha. Let's look at all the combinations and see how that works. As you can see now, I've got the right hand column in yellow. That's how you should say these things. So the soft combinations is what you will end up with. You see che and a on the left hand side, you will still pronounce it as cha. Or going two down, you see che and u, you will still say it as chu. So these two columns basically boil down to one, the one on the right hand side. Soft cha, chi, chu, che, cho. That's how you should say those. And the same is going to be true about sh. Sh, as nasty and hissing as it sounds, is still a very soft consonant. It is always soft. Here's what I mean by that. You take a look at that, and you will still read it as this. That's a sha, and so is that, because sh is always soft. No matter what you put after it, you will always get a sha. Let's look at the entire table, and you will see that the way you should say those is right there on your right hand side. It's sha, shi, shu, she, sho. So now you know when you see sh plus a, you will still read it as sha. Hopefully this will become a habit and you'll have no trouble with that. So now we finally through this phonetics and pronunciation, spelling, etc. stuff, we can do something a little bit more exciting. I was thinking about gestures and how they are different from the ones that we use in the US. You can see that I gesticulate a lot. That's just a Russian habit. A lot of the gestures are, and a lot of the body language is very similar to what we use in the US. If I did this, that means, I don't know. But then, some things are different. For example, you would count using your hand in American English, doing it this way, right? You say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In Russian, it's gonna go from the thumb. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Please say that with me. We'll review the numbers that way too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I'm to go to the other hand, I'll go with the thumb again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Хорошо. One more thing, as long as we're counting. When you deal with money, in America you do this often. That usually means that you either have money or you would talk about somebody. Hey, meaning the guy's got money or she's got money. In Russia, usually that gesture means that you don't have money. That's what you don't have, or you're asking for it. Or you're afraid that you're gonna have to pay for something, like, oh, that's gonna cost a lot. Слишком дорого. So, that's a bit different. And of course, if you feel like saying, I wish I could do that, but I don't have any money, you could just take your pockets out and show that you don't have anything. So, that's one of the body language points that are different. We'll do some other things as well. But so much for the fun part. We need to do some more work on the cursive. And your homework now is going to start with page 6, starting with the letter yo, yo. You will need to do exactly the same thing as you did for pages 1 through 5. You will need to follow just what they're asking you to do here, and in a moment I will show that to you myself. And once again, do not do anything on this side. We'll use it for corrections. So let's take a look at that sheet. Right there we're given the same setup where we can simply repeat exactly what they're asking us for. I say, hey, write a underneath it. That's what we do. Write a yo. That's what we do. Right here they're saying you can go ahead and trace that, and that's what we're gonna do. So, having done that, repeat it exactly here. Go ahead and do this. Then you can do the words. Then you can go ahead and take a look at the uppercase and do the same thing. Repeat the uppercase, trace it if you feel like it. Do these. Go ahead and write the sentence, and do that for all 5 pages. So pages 6 through 10 is what you're gonna need to do for your homework. And you'll see it again. So much for handwriting, homework and things like that, which, as I said, you will see again at the end of the lesson. Just imagine that we're at the library now, and oh my, somebody sitting next to me. Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте.
Как вас зовут? Давайте познакомимся.
Давайте. Меня зовут Таня, а вас?
Меня зовут Дмитрий. Очень приятно, Таня.
Очень приятно познакомиться.
А что вы здесь делаете?
Я читаю журналы и книги.
А, правда? Я вот тоже читаю книгу.
А что вы читаете?
Я читаю русскую книгу. Посмотрите, пожалуйста.
Спасибо. Очень интересно, да?
Да, очень. А это что?
А это русский журнал. Это журнал из России.
Да?
«Огонек».
Хороший журнал?
Очень хороший, очень интересный.
Правда? Понятно. А скажите, пожалуйста, что это?
Это газета. Это газета «Курьер». Русско-американская газета.
Понятно,
и
понятно.
Тоже очень интересная.
Это газета из Москвы?
Нет, эта газета издается в Америке.
Понятно, понятно. Большое спасибо.
А эта газета из Москвы, из России. Это газета «Московские новости».
Понятно. Таня, извините, дайте, пожалуйста, эту газету.
Пожалуйста.
Спасибо.
Пожалуйста.
Я хочу посмотреть эту газету. Это очень интересно.
Это газета на русском и на английском языке.
Понятно, понятно. Большое спасибо. Скажите, пожалуйста, что это?
Это ручка.
Да? Понятно. А какая это ручка?
Это моя ручка.
Красная ручка?
Это, я думаю, синяя ручка.
Синяя ручка? Нет, это белая ручка.
Да, это белая ручка, но пишет синим.
Понятно, понятно. А какая это ручка?
Это красная ручка.
Понятно. А это?
Это черная,
Серьезно?
но она пишет черным.
Черным. Хорошо. А какая это ручка?
Это синяя ручка.
Понятно. Очень интересно. Смотрите, что у меня есть.
Что
у меня
это?
есть карандаш.
Понятно.
Это коричневый карандаш. Или
Я
желтый?
думаю, желтый.
Да.
Это желтый карандаш.
Это желтый карандаш. Вы правы. Ну что ж.
У вас два карандаша.
Да, у меня два карандаша. А сколько у вас ручек?
У меня 4 ручки.
Правда.
Синяя, красная, белая и черная.
Очень хорошо. Ну что ж, большое спасибо.
Пожалуйста.
Было очень приятно с вами познакомиться.
Было очень приятно познакомиться.
Мне надо идти, так что до свидания.
До свидания.
Ну что ж, теперь мы с вами посмотрим нечто другое. We're going to look at something else now. And by the way, if this entire exchange blew you away, don't get too upset. What we're going to do is look at it in the beginning of the next lesson. And I'm going to go phrase by phrase, explain everything that happened here. And there's one more thing that I'm going to explain in the beginning of next lesson, and that is this next dialogue that you're about to hear. This was done kind of a little bit slowed down. The one you'll hear will deal with slightly different things, not what is that's a black pen, that's a blue pen, etc. But more natural conversation, such as hello, how are you? Where do you live? Where do you work? And things of that nature. This, of course, is not new to you. The entire concept of what we're doing here is to give you a chance to review what you did last year, but review it in a more lively manner, so to say. So, please listen to this dialogue, and then at the end of it, you'll have your homework posted for you once again.
Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте.
Давайте познакомимся.
Давайте.
Меня зовут Татьяна.
Меня зовут Линда.
О, очень приятно.
Очень приятно.
А вы знаете, кто это?
Я не знаю.
Извините, пожалуйста.
Что?
О, простите, пожалуйста. Давайте познакомимся.
Давайте.
Меня зовут Татьяна.
Меня зовут Мишель. Меня зовут Линда. Очень приятно. Очень приятно. Очень приятно.
Очень приятно. Вот мы и знакомы. Вы Мария?
Нет, 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 нет.
О,
нет.
извините.
Здравствуйте. Привет. Я надеюсь, что у всех все хорошо. I'm hoping everybody is doing well. Hello. We are going to continue on based on what we did in the previous lesson. In our last lesson, lesson 2, we have gone through a tremendous amount of phonetics and pronunciation, things like b, p, g, h, ca, cha, etc. While that is all helpful, I'm just going to presume that you are comfortable with what we did. You know how to read, having had a whole year of this. And I'm through with the review of the phonetics altogether. So one more thing that took place at the end of last lesson is you looked at 2 dialogues. The first one dealt with myself and Tatiana being at the library, so to say, and talking about what is this, what kind of magazine is that, what is this, what color, etc. And I promised to you that we will go through that once again. We will. And one more thing that we're going to do is sort of a brief grammar review of a few points as we go through the dialogue. There will also be some new material introduced. We will learn the colors, some of the colors. Then as well, we're going to deal with some of the adjective and noun agreement. This whole idea of a noun being maybe feminine, maybe masculine, neuter, or plural, and having to have an adjective match the type of a noun it is. You know, хорошая книга versus хороший журнал. That ending depends on the type of a noun you're adding the adjective to. So, back to the dialogue. Please look at it once again, and after you've looked at it, we're going to go through it in great detail. Thank you. Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте.
Как вас зовут? Давайте познакомимся.
Давайте. Меня зовут Таня, а вас?
Меня зовут Дмитрий. Очень приятно, Таня.
Очень приятно познакомиться.
А что вы здесь делаете?
Я читаю журналы и книги.
А, правда? Я вот тоже читаю книгу.
А что вы читаете?
Я читаю русскую книгу. Посмотрите, пожалуйста.
Спасибо. Очень интересно, да?
Да, очень. А это что?
А это русский журнал. Это журнал из России.
Да?
«Огонек».
Хороший журнал?
Очень хороший, очень интересный.
Правда? Понятно. А скажите, пожалуйста, что это?
Это газета. Это газета «Курьер», русско-американская газета.
Понятно,
и
понятно.
тоже очень интересная.
Это газета из Москвы?
Нет, эта газета издается в Америке.
Понятно, понятно. Большое спасибо. Да.
А эта газета из Москвы, из России. Это газета «Московские новости».
Понятно. Таня, извините, дайте, пожалуйста, эту газету.
Пожалуйста.
Спасибо.
Пожалуйста.
Я хочу посмотреть эту газету. Это очень интересно.
Это газета на русском и на английском языке.
Понятно, понятно. Большое спасибо. Скажите, пожалуйста, что это?
Это ручка.
Да? Понятно. А какая это ручка?
Это моя ручка.
Красная ручка?
Это, я думаю, синяя ручка.
Синяя ручка? Нет, это белая ручка.
Да, это белая ручка, но пишет синим.
Понятно, понятно. А какая это ручка?
Это красная ручка.
Понятно. А это?
Это черная.
Серьезно?
Но она пишет черным.
Черным. Хорошо. А какая это ручка?
Это синяя ручка.
Понятно. Очень интересно. Смотрите, что у меня есть.
Что
у меня
это?
есть карандаш.
Понятно.
Это коричневый карандаш. Или
Я
желтый?
думаю, желтый.
Да.
Это желтый карандаш.
Это желтый карандаш. Вы правы. Ну что ж.
У вас 2 карандаша.
Да, у меня 2 карандаша. А сколько у вас ручек?
У меня 4 ручки.
Правда?
Синяя, красная, белая и черная.
Очень хорошо. Ну что ж, большое спасибо.
Пожалуйста.
Было очень приятно с вами познакомиться.
Было очень приятно познакомиться.
Мне надо идти, так что до свидания.
До свидания.
So that was the whole dialogue, finally. And there was a tremendous amount of just stuff in it. I was obviously pretending to be colorblind and asking about the color of the pens. And then we were counting the pens and pencils. So really a lot of things happening. So let's go ahead and start from the very beginning and take this dialogue apart. The first phrase there, давайте познакомимся. And when I say something this painfully slowly, that means I'd like you to repeat it. Давайте познакомимся. Let's get to know each other. Sounds better in Russian than in English. Давайте. Давайте. Let us do that. All right. And давайте can also be used as a just let's do something in any context, basically. And then, как вас зовут? You know that. What's your name? Меня зовут Таня. Said Tanya. She could also say, Меня зовут Татьяна. Tatiana being the full name, Tanya being a small name, kind of like Rebecca and Becky or something like that. And then, а как вас зовут? And what is your name? Please note that как and зовут are in parentheses. A very brief question would be, а вас? And you? It's an abbreviation of that complete а как вас зовут. Then the next one, а меня зовут Дмитрий. And my name is Dmitry. So that a in the beginning kind of works like and, sometimes it works like but. It just depends on where it sits. And then I continue on saying очень приятно. Очень приятно. The whole thing. Очень приятно познакомиться. Познакомиться. And I could also use her name, so the entire thing would be очень приятно познакомиться, Таня. It's a pleasure to meet you, Tanya. Nice to meet you. Literally very pleasant to meet you. And then put the person's name there. That way you'll remember it better. And Tanya answers, очень приятно. And then I ask, скажите, пожалуйста, что вы здесь делаете? Скажите, 3-4. Скажите. Tell me. Пожалуйста, please. Что вы делаете? What are you doing? Здесь. There in the middle of the second phrase. Здесь means here. So, what are you doing here? At the library, right? And she answers, я читаю книги, журналы и газеты. Книга, a book, the plural, книги, журнал, magazine, plural, журналы, газета, newspaper, plural, газеты. So the whole thing once again, я читаю книги, журналы и газеты. I'm reading books, magazines, and newspapers. And a brief question there could have been, а вы, and you, or the whole thing, а что вы здесь делаете? And then I answer, я тоже, or I could say the whole thing, я тоже читаю. I'm also reading. And I start asking questions myself. Какой это журнал? Какой это журнал? Журнал being masculine requires какой, the ой ending there for what kind, to match журнал. So какой это журнал? What magazine is that? And Tanya answers, это хороший русский журнал. Two masculine adjectives to go with журнал again. That's a good Russian magazine. Another way of saying that was это журнал на русском языке. That's a magazine in Russian language. And one more phrase that she used is это журнал из России. Из России, from Russia. That's a magazine from Russia. Let's go through it once again. Это хороший русский журнал. Это журнал на русском языке. Это журнал из России. Okay? I could have also asked, вы читаете по-русски или по-английски? Are you reading in Russian or in English? По-русски in Russian. По-английски in English. So we've seen three ways of saying Russian. One of the way was русский. Русский язык. Russian language, or simply русский. You could use it like this. You could say я изучаю русский язык. I study Russian. Then another way was на русском языке. На русском языке. In Russian. In Russian language. You could have a book in Russian. For example, you could use it like this. You could say эта книга на русском языке. That's a book in Russian. And then another way of saying Russian is also по-русски. To speak in Russian. Я говорю по-русски. You could use it like this as well. Я говорю и понимаю по-русски. I speak and understand. Literally in Russian. So once again, я говорю и понимаю по-русски. Хорошо. Кроме того, Татьяна использовала еще две фразы. Besides, Tanya used two more phrases. One of them was «Это журнал из России». That's a magazine from Russia. Из России. From Russia. Okay? And another phrase was «Это газета из Америки». That's a newspaper from America. So, once again, hear that из России, из Америки. You haven't really seen those endings before, but you already do know that nouns changed based on how they're used in the sentence. If you were simply to say this is Russia, you'd say это Россия. But to say I live in Russia, it would be я живу в России, that я went to и. Same way with America. Это Америка, я живу в Америке. So be prepared for that final vowel changing or adding some other vowels there, or just basically changing the end of the word. What we've got there is from, is, and one of the typical endings for this from for the noun is going to be e or uglier u. Okay, now you have seen quite a long dialogue, and we have gone through a pretty big chunk of it. I'd like you to hear this dialogue and look at what's happening once again, so that you could review what we have already gone through and look at the remaining part to refresh your memory. So, here's that dialogue once again. Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте.
Как вас зовут? Давайте познакомимся.
Давайте. Меня зовут Таня, а вас?
Меня зовут Дмитрий. Очень приятно, Таня.
Очень приятно познакомиться.
А что вы здесь делаете?
Я читаю журналы и книги.
А, правда? Я вот тоже читаю книгу.
А что вы читаете?
Я читаю русскую книгу. Посмотрите, пожалуйста.
Спасибо. Очень интересно, да?
Да, очень. А это что?
А это русский журнал. Это журнал из России.
Да?
«Огонек».
Хороший журнал?
Очень хороший, очень интересный.
Правда? Понятно. А скажите, пожалуйста, что это?
Это газета. Это газета «Курьер». Русско-американская газета.
Понятно,
и
понятно.
Тоже очень интересная.
Это газета из Москвы?
Нет. Эта газета издается в Америке.
Понятно, понятно. Большое спасибо. Да.
А эта газета из Москвы, из России. Это газета «Московские новости».
Понятно. Таня, извините, дайте, пожалуйста, эту газету.
Пожалуйста.
Спасибо.
Пожалуйста.
Я хочу посмотреть эту газету. Это очень интересно.
Это газета на русском и на английском языке.
Понятно, понятно. Большое спасибо. Скажите, пожалуйста, что это?
Это ручка.
Да? Понятно. А какая это ручка?
Это моя ручка.
Красная ручка?
Это, я думаю, синяя ручка.
Синяя ручка? Нет, это белая ручка.
Да, это
Да?
белая
Хорошо.
ручка, но пишет синим.
Понятно, понятно. А какая это ручка?
Это красная ручка,
Понятно. А это?
это черная,
Серьезно?
но она пишет черным.
Черным. Хорошо. А какая это ручка?
Это синяя ручка.
Понятно. Очень интересно. Смотрите, что у меня есть.
Что
у меня
это?
есть карандаш.
Понятно.
Это коричневый карандаш. Или
Я
желтый?
думаю, желтый.
Да.
Это желтый карандаш.
Это желтый карандаш. Вы правы. Ну что ж.
У вас два карандаша.
Да, у меня два карандаша. А сколько у вас ручек?
У меня 4 ручки.
Правда?
Синяя, красная, белая и черная.
Очень хорошо. Ну что ж, большое спасибо.
Пожалуйста.
Было очень приятно с вами познакомиться.
Было очень приятно познакомиться.
Мне надо идти, так что до свидания.
До свидания.
So, every time I see this dialogue, I think that it's even funnier and more ridiculous than I thought previously. Let's go ahead and take apart the rest of it. А что это? Or а это что? And what is this? Это газета Курьер. That's the newspaper and Курьер being the name. Okay, and then какая это газета? Now previously we said какой это журнал. Журнал being masculine, we used какой. Now газета is feminine, so we choose какая, a feminine adjective to go with газета. And the answer could have been a very straightforward русско-американская, Russian-American. Or the complete sentence это русско-американская газета. Say it with me once again. Это русско-американская газета. And it is a газета from America. Это газета из Америки. There is из Америки once again. From America. Хорошо? And then something new. Дайте, пожалуйста, эту газету. Дайте means give. Whenever you see that T at the end of a what sounds like a request, it means that you're asking for something politely. Something like скажите, tell me, извините, excuse me. In this case, дайте. Could you give me please, эту газету. So we started out with эта газета, put it in so-called accusative case, direct object, asked for it, and had to change all of those A's to U's. So эту газету. The whole phrase once again. Дайте, пожалуйста, эту газету. Could you give me this newspaper, please? And Tanya answers, пожалуйста. Here you go. I say, спасибо. Thanks. Пожалуйста, she says again, and now she means you're welcome. So let's see, we had 3 ways of saying пожалуйста, 3 meanings to it. First, дайте, пожалуйста. Give it, please. Then пожалуйста is you handing something. That means, here you go. And then пожалуйста as you are saying you're welcome. 3 meanings. Extremely, extremely useful word. So in the last phrase, пожалуйста meant you're welcome. Now, and the last, more or less interesting part of this dialogue deals with colors. I'm going to completely disregard the counting of pens and pencils that we did at the end. We'll deal with that later. Now I want to focus on colors. Take a look at this. Какая это ручка? What kind of pen is that? Это синяя ручка. That's a blue pen. Синяя is the feminine. For blue to go with ручка, that's blue, it's dark blue. Kind of like the screen that you're looking at right now. Правда? Really? Я думаю, что это белая ручка. Правда? Try it with really psychotic question information. Правда? Rising very fast, very high. Правда? Really? True. Я думаю, I think that. Я думаю, что Это белая ручка. Белая means white. So I think that that's a white pen. I guess we had a disagreement over whether it's blue because it writes blue or white because it looks white. Doesn't matter. So that's two new colors there for you. Синий, blue, and белый, white. We also mentioned красная ручка. Красная ручка, red pen. And a черная ручка, black pen. And also коричневый карандаш. It is коричневый карандаш, a brown pencil. Let's say this коричневый карандаш once again. Коричневый, коричневый, коричневый карандаш. Okay, and also a желтый карандаш. Желтый карандаш. Желтый means yellow. So now I'm not using feminine like желтая ручка, but masculine to go with карандаш, ending in a consonant and being a masculine noun. We use желтый, a masculine ending for the adjective. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at all of those colors once again, all together. Read through this with me, please. They're all in masculine. Черный карандаш, синий карандаш, красный карандаш, белый карандаш, коричневый карандаш, желтый карандаш. Let's stick with this table once again and go just through the colors in their masculine form again. Черный, black, синий, dark blue, красный, red, белый, white, коричневый, brown, желтый, yellow. Okay, and now let's see all of those colors in feminine form, matched up with ручка. So here's черная ручка, синяя ручка, красная ручка, белая ручка, коричневая ручка, желтая ручка. And once again, let's look at the same table and just go through the colors in their feminine form. Черная, black, синяя, dark blue, красная, red, белая, white, коричневая, brown, and желтая, yellow. Well, this is pretty tedious stuff, and guess what? I don't think that we've done much handwriting recently. So I'm going to ask you to pull out a sheet of paper and your favorite number 2 pencil